Hey everybody, so big news this morning. Second Sight has actually updated their info on their upcoming releases of Dawn of the Dead and Martin. Well, I mean, at least on a fundamental level. So let's just jump right into it. So on their Facebook page, they posted this morning, George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead is coming to 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray in the UK and will feature theatrical cans and Argento cuts. We will also be releasing on standard Blu-ray together with our Blu-ray release of Martin. Many thanks to producer Richard P. Rubenstein for allowing us access to the original elements, which includes the original camera negative for Dawn and dupe negative for Martin. New 4K scans are underway at Final Frame in New York, which will be followed by grading and extensive restoration supervised by DP Michael Gornick. It will then be over to David McKenzie at Fidelity in Motion for mastering and encoding. Currently slated for a late summer release, more news to follow. So they are actually using the original negative for Dawn, which I'd mentioned in the previous video, but now we actually have this for certain. And they're using a dupe negative for Martin. Now, Martin was shot on 16mm reversal stock, which means that you don't actually have a negative from that. Now, as far as the dupe negative goes, what I don't know is whether or not it's a dupe negative of the 16mm or of the 35mm blow up. I'm going to assume it's the 35mm blow up, which is also why that's only going to Blu-ray and not a 4K release, because you really wouldn't notice a difference, honestly, between the two. Now, obviously, huge news, the fact that it's getting 4K releases. I mean, I literally cannot tell you how amazing that is. I mean, I kind of wish for it, but I was like, probably not going to get it. Nope, here we are. We're actually getting 4K release of Dawn of the Dead, which will have, again, the US cut, the longer cans cut, and the Argento cut. The original US theatrical cut will be coming from the original negative, which I believe the cans cut and the Argento cut will actually be coming from an IP of those, because those technically never had an actual negative, unless they're going to try and use the negative for all that footage and then just use the IPs and for the stuff that's not in the theatrical cut. I kind of doubt it. That would be really expensive to do all that. But again, I don't know for sure. Now, as far as Martin goes, again, that's going to be... Now, here's the thing. So 4K releases, no matter where they are region free. So as long as you have a 4K player, you can play any 4K release that's released anywhere in the world. Also, 4K players do down convert. So even if you haven't made the full jump to 4K, if you have a 4K player, it does automatically down convert in the player to HD. Now, to my knowledge, though, there is still a US distributor for these on Blu-ray, at least as of this recording, has not been announced yet. So I'm still going to assume that the Blu-rays for this release are still going to be region B locked. Could be wrong. Obviously, we're not going to know for several more months, but my hunch is telling me the Blu-rays are going to be locked, but the 4K, obviously, those will play anywhere. So I am just over the moon excited. The fact that it actually is going to be, they're actually going to be 4K releases of Dawn of the Dead. I never thought I would see this day. And hopefully whoever is releasing the Blu-rays in the US, I hope they announce it soon. Now, these probably won't go up for sale for a while. So for those of us looking forward to the 4K releases, I kind of doubt they're going to have 4K releases here in the US. And again, the fact that they are being supervised by Michael Gornick is fantastic news. So they should look amazing. So definitely some fantastic news this morning. Obviously, I will keep you updated on this as more information kind of comes out, but I kind of guess it's going to be probably not much for a little bit. Again, especially since these aren't due out until later in the summer. So my guess is the next news is really going to be whoever's going to release these in the US. I assume something is underway, because if I had to guess, and especially since these transfers are being done in New York, there has to be whoever's going to release the Blu-rays in the US. There's got to be, obviously, I think they're all going to be using these same masters. So let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you're as excited for this as I am. I'm still actually kind of in shock. We're actually getting actual 4K releases of Dawn of the Dead. Oh my God. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.